Okay, so now we want to talk about where does water reside, and now we need to talk about aquifers. But before we do that, let's go back and review this. Porosity is going to be the amount of water that a particular substance can hold. So some rocks are very porous, meaning they can hold a lot of water. Other rocks are not. Okay, then you've got permeable materials are going to allow water to flow through them. And we said that clay, for example, is impermeable. It doesn't allow water to travel through it. So an aquifer is going to be sediments or rocks that have a high porosity and a high permeability. So in that picture there, you see here's the surface of the ground, and then down here is going to be a layer of clay. And then in here, let's say that this is going to be like gravel or sand. And then down here is going to be gravel or sand. So this material here is going to be an aquifer. So it has both high permeability and high porosity. This stuff down here is also going to be an aquifer. So it's going to have high permeability, high porosity. Now the water table, which we'll discuss next, is right here. So everything underneath the water table is full of water. So that an aquifer could be empty. An aquifer could contain water. And the idea is we want to put in a well that will reach down into this water and then we can suck it up. So the clay layer, though, is the exact opposite of the aquifer. So this is an aquifer. It has high porosity and high permeability. But this thing down here, it does have high porosity, but it has very low permeability. And so clay is going to be referred to as an aquitard. Okay, another thing we want to mention here is sometimes the aquifer is going to be unconfined. So the aquifer goes all the way up to the surface. But this aquifer down here cannot get up to the surface. So this one is going to be called a confined aquifer down here, whereas this one up here is an unconfined aquifer. Okay, then you also notice that you can have a perched water table. So normally the water table would be right down here, but because there are certain areas under the ground that maybe it has this little lens of clay. So here's an aquitard down here, and then resting on top of this aquitard is some more water. And so that is going to be called a perched water table, and it's going to lie above the main water table. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to discuss what is the water table.